We're just days away from the Chiefs facing the Eagles at the Caesars Superdome. It's a chance for the Chiefs to make NFL history by doing something that's never been done before, winning 3 championships in a row. But standing in their way is a tough Eagles team, one of the best in the league. On paper, their roster looks incredible. Their offense is explosive and their defense is rock solid. Beating them won't be easy. The Chiefs will need to bring their A game to make history. The good news? They've proven time and time again that they thrive under pressure. For the past 5 or 6 seasons, this team has delivered in big moments. One key advantage the Chiefs have is their experience. Players like Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, Leo Chenal, and Isaiah Pacheco, all part of the 2022 draft class, have never lost a playoff game. They've already won back-to-back championships and performed at the highest level in Super Bowls. That kind of experience makes a difference, and it just might give the Chiefs the edge this Sunday. The Eagles may be a strong team, but they don't have as many players with championship experience as the Chiefs. Sure, there are exceptions like Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, and Hollywood Brown. But most of the Chiefs' key players have been here before and know how to handle the pressure. As game day approaches, many analysts are predicting an Eagles win. But let's not forget one key fact. The Chiefs are battle-tested. They've thrived in high-stakes moments and know how to make the 4 or 5 crucial plays that decide a game. On paper, the Eagles might look better. Their offense and defense stats from the 2024 season are impressive. More points per game, more yards, and a better turnover rate. But stats don't always tell the full story. Even if the Eagles have the stronger roster, I wouldn't bet against the Chiefs. Think about it. When was the last time the Chiefs had the better roster in a Super Bowl? Probably never. Yet they win because they have the best players in the game where it counts. Patrick Mahomes is the best player on the planet. Travis Kelce and Chris Jones are Hall of Fame-level talents, the best at their positions. With that kind of talent leading the way, the Chiefs can cover up any weaknesses. And don't forget their young players. They've stepped up big time and proven they belong on this stage. The Eagles have some big names and a strong team, no doubt about it. But the real question is, can their best beat the Chiefs' best? I don't think so. The Chiefs have been the top team all season, only losing 1 regular season game. Sure, regular season records don't always matter, but the Chiefs' dominance is clear. As for the Eagles, they had a decent playoff run, but it felt like Saquon Barkley carried them most of the way. Jalen Hurts made a few key throws, but the offense leaned heavily on Barkley and their powerful offensive line. That line is a huge strength for them, and they've used it well. However, the Chiefs have a dangerous defensive line led by Chris Jones. With players like George Karlaftis and Charles Omenihu bringing heat from the outside, they can apply serious pressure. Philly's tackles are solid, but the interior of their line might struggle against the Chiefs' front. And here's the thing. Jalen Hurts doesn't perform well under pressure. His stats against the blitz show that's where he struggles. And guess what? Steve Spagnuolo, the Chiefs' defensive coordinator, loves to blitz. That could be a game-changing factor. Steve Spagnuolo is going to blitz Jalen Hurts like crazy, forcing him to win the game with his arm. And honestly, that's a scenario the Chiefs can live with. The real threat? Saquon Barkley. If Barkley goes off for 200 yards and multiple touchdowns, the Chiefs might be in trouble. But I'm not too worried about that. The Chiefs' run defense has been rock solid in the postseason. They've held opposing running backs to under 100 yards in 18 straight playoff games. That's impressive. Saquon Barkley is an incredible talent, probably the best running back in football right now. He nearly broke the single-season rushing record with 2,000 yards this year, averaging a ridiculous 5.8 yards per carry. Those are video game numbers. Still, even if Barkley rushes for 120 yards and scores 2 touchdowns, the Chiefs can win. It would take an absolutely legendary performance, something like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, for him to carry the Eagles to victory. And while Barkley has dominated against defenses like the Rams, I think the Chiefs are ready for the challenge. The Eagles had some big wins in the postseason, but let's be honest, turnovers helped them along the way. Against the Commanders, they capitalized on 3 turnovers, putting their offense in perfect scoring situations. In the NFC Championship game, Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley both scored 3 times, leading to a massive 50-point performance. But this Super Bowl won't be that kind of game. These are two of the best teams in football, and it's going to be a tight battle. The Chiefs thrive in close games. That's been their identity all season. Critics called it a weakness, but in the playoffs, every game is a nail-biter. Whether it was Buffalo or that tense game against Houston, the Chiefs proved they know how to win when it matters most. Picture this. The Eagles score to take a 27-24 lead late in the fourth quarter. There's a minute and 30 seconds left, and Patrick Mahomes gets the ball. Is anyone really betting against him? Even if he doesn't pull it off, you'd still believe he could. That's the Chiefs' biggest advantage. Not just their clutch play, but also superior coaching. Andy Reid is a mastermind, far ahead of Nick Sirianni. And when you look at the coordinators, the edge becomes even clearer. Now let's talk coaching battles, a crucial factor in this game. On one side, you've got Steve Spagnuolo for the Chiefs, a seasoned mastermind in pressure situations. On the other side is Kellen Moore, who's undoubtedly a bright offensive mind, but outsmarting Spagnuolo? That's a tall order. Then there's Vic Fangio, the Eagles' defensive coordinator. Historically, the Chiefs have handled his defenses well. Back when he was the head coach in Denver, and even when he was the Dolphins' defensive coordinator last year. When the Dolphins came to Arrowhead, the Chiefs' offense had no trouble scoring on Fangio's schemes. It feels like there's been an overreaction to how good this Eagles staff is. They're solid, sure, but when you have Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo leading the charge, you've already got the edge. These guys have thrived on the biggest stages, and that experience matters. That's why the Chiefs exude confidence going into this game. With one of the greatest head coaches in NFL history preparing them, they're focused, locked in, and ready for battle. I expect a close game, but the Chiefs have the tools, coaching, and experience to come out on top. If you're an Eagles fan, you'd better be nervous because this Chiefs team knows how to win when it counts. So Chiefs Kingdom, that's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and subscribe for more daily Chiefs coverage.